This is a summary of mods and repairs done on the flap slat test box for originally for an Astra. Half dozen mods and repairs done on it, as well as making it applicable for the G150 as well. The unit's now installed in a moisture-proof case, so that because it's based on the islands, it'll maybe resist corrosion a little bit better. This is how it'll be used in the airplane. Okay, all the mods on the front face. These switches were upside down right here. The release switches are upside down. They're now oriented correctly the way all the rest of them are, which is released is up, normal is down. This G150 with brake delay switch is new with an annunciator, and it has a little different style lock on it, so that locking feature is different than that. Okay, G150 mod's done. This box originally was equipped with no delay disable and no motion disables, so those switches are now installed with a placard identifying those. In order to do that, I moved the conditioned voltages down here. So for example, this is left slat raw voltage, left slat conditioned voltage, etc. all the way across. And then I had to move the intermediate voltages up to here, so that's all good. This box would cause an immediate fault as soon as it was plugged in, as soon as you moved to rack. Now that was because the minus 12 volts was not supplied to the asymmetry circuit. There's now an external normal asymmetry switch installed, so that shouldn't be a problem now. The box had a Veeder-Root timer right here, installed in a square right here. This was to time the overcurrent delay feature on the FSECU. That's not useful because none of the modern boxes use that. So we ended up with a big hole in the panel here not used. So what we now have is 2 voltmeters. This digital voltmeter monitors slat PDU temperature. This digital voltmeter monitors flap PDU temperature, so that all the time those temperature voltage values will be staring you in the face, and hopefully that'll help to not burn up a PDU by doing too much activity. Couple of repairs. We replaced a total of 8 switches. This flap 40 switch was bent. Several switches showed high resistance. I think the box has been in moisture quite a bit, so we're hoping that this environmental case will cause it to last longer with the switches not corroding. Okay. So any of my work here, like we talked about the delay disable switches, any of this work here has colored wires on it. Any switch I replaced is a little bit darker green than the original switches, and any switch that has has heat shrink on it is new. So obviously this is all brake release. This is all new. This is all new. Existing white wires like this here. Okay. These are all the diodes that isolate all of the FSECU commands from the test box commands. We've pretty much got all that documented. Relays are all labeled and checked out. These are extremely difficult to access back in here, so we did not try. We tried to leave every wire in place that was already connected on these relays. We did most of the mod work out here on the switches. Like we said before, these asymmetry switches, these are the flap asymmetry over here on the right side of the box. They are not wired the way the Trimec box is wired. So if we have trouble with the asymmetry switch, I've already ordered all 4 switches, and if we have any trouble with that asymmetry circuit, I'm actually just going to rewire those. All along, we had to build a few new wire routes all along here on the edge, a few modified switches, same switches as existing with modified wiring.